Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to the temple. We begin our service as we sing together, Hinei Matov Umanaim, how good and how pleasant it is to be here together and celebrate Shabbat together.
Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
And we turn now to page 172 to sing together Matovu.
Mishknotecha Yisrael, v'ani birochastecha avovitecha, ishtachave el heichal kodshecha, v'irotecha el heichal kodshecha.
We rise as we turn to page 195 for the Berlow.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach li'olam va'ed, li'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, יוצר אור ובורא חושך, עושה שלום ובורא את הכל, המאיר לארץ ולדרים עליה ברחמים, ובטובו מחדש בכל יום תמיד מעשה וראשית. מה רבו מעשיך, אדוני, כולם בחוכמה עשית, מלאה הארץ קנייניך. תתברך, אדוני אלוהינו, על שבח מעשה ידיך, ועל מאורי אור שעשית יפארו חסלה. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה, אדוני, יוצר המאורות. And we read together on page 196. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch Ata Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. And we turn to page 200 for the calling of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorpost of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise.
And we turn now to page 204 to sing the same song our ancestors sang as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds, Mi Chamocha.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nadar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la.
We rise as we turn to page 205 for the tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Source of all being, we turn to you as did our people in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens, they felt you in their hearts, they sought you in their lives. Their quest is ours. Help us to see the wonder of being. Give us the courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring near the world you envision, one of justice, freedom, and peace. Baruch ata Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. We read together, you are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the door frame, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions waiting to be posed. They filled me with wonder. Sit with me, eternal teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, and reaching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol.
נקדיש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה על זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ, כיבודו
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated.
רצית בו וגיטוש שבת חינדות יומי אותו קראת שבת ישמחו במלכותך
Turn now to page 216 for the prayer for shalom, for peace and wellness and wholeness. O God, may we never become complacent, faltering in our effort to build a world of peace. Let the nations know and understand that justice and right are better than dominion and conquest. May all come to see that it is not by might nor by power, but by your Spirit that life prevails. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael bashalom.
Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova וחסד ורחמים, חן וחסד ורחמים, שים שלום, טובה וברכה, שים שלום, טובה וברכה. עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עמך שים שלום, טובה וברכה, שים שלום, טובה וברכה.
We take a moment for a silent prayer. We turn to page 253 for the Mishe Berach, the prayer for healing and courage and strength in our lives, in the life of everyone that is dear to us, as we name in our hearts the names of those who we know that need courage and healing and strength. We sing together Mishe Berach.
And let us say Amen. Mishe Berach imotenu mikor habracha lavotinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We rise now as we turn to page 244 for Seder Kriyat HaTorah LeShabbat, the order of reading from the Torah on Shabbat.
Before
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is one, Adonai is great, holy is God's name.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Hagidula, V'Hagivura, V'Hatifirim, V'Hanitzach, V'Hahod. Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai ha'mamlacha, V'Honit nasi likol lirosh.
Please be seated. We're reading today from two Torah portions. One is called Achrei Mot, after the death, and the second one is called Kedoshim, the code of holiness. They're both in the book of Leviticus. Achrei Mot speaks about the death of the children of Aaron and the aftermath, mainly the laws that have to do with the holiday of Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. And Kedoshim, the code of holiness, has in the beginning and in the end 2 chapters about sexual prohibitions, and in the middle, Leviticus 19, is kind of how to create a sacred society, how to create a just society. It's God is speaking to the whole of the community of the people of Israel, Kol Adat Bnei Israel, all of the community of the children of Israel, and ordering us to live a life where we attempt to achieve sacredness, when we attempt to achieve trying to be as sacred and as righteous as God is. We're going to read from the beginning of the Torah portion of Kedoshim, of the Code of Holiness, from chapter 19 in the book of Leviticus. But first we go to page 250 in our Torah portions, in our prayer books, to read to say the blessing before reading from the Torah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach,
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל כל עדת בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, קדושים תהיו, כי קדוש אני אדוני אלוהיכם. איש אמו ואביו תיראו, ואת שבתותי תשמורו, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אל תפנו אל האלילים, ואלוהי מסכה לא תעשו לכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. וכי תזבחו זבח שלמים לאדוני, לרצונכם תזבחהו. ביום זבחכם יאכל, וממחרת, והנותר עד יום השלישי באש ישרף. ואם האכל יאכל ביום השלישי פיגול הוא, לא ירצה, ואוכליו עוונו יישא, כי את קודש אדוני חילל, ונכרתה הנפש ההיא מעמיה. ובקוצרכם את קציר ארצכם לא תכלה פאת שדך לקצור, ולקט קצירך לא תלקט, וכרמך לא תעולל, ופרד כרמך לא תלקט, לעני ולגר תעזוב אותם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. So as I'm reading the translation, what we should be paying notice to is the mixture of cultic mitzvot, commandments that have to do with rituals and with things that seems that don't make really sense. It's just how to worship Adonai, and commandments that have to do with the way we treat each other with creating a just society. So it goes like that. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the whole Israelite community and say to them, you shall be holy, for I, your God, Adonai, am holy. You shall each revere your mother and your father, and keep my Sabbaths. I, Adonai, am your God. Do not turn to idols or make molten gods for yourself. I, Adonai, am your God. When you sacrifice an offering of well-being to Adonai, sacrifice it so that it may be accepted on your behalf. It shall be eaten on the day you sacrifice it, or on the day following, but what is left by the third day must be consumed in fire. If it should be eaten on the third day, it is offensive thing, it will not be acceptable. And one who eats of it shall bear the guilt for having profaned what is sacred to Adonai. That person shall be cut off from kin. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap all the way to the edges of your field, or gather the gleanings of your harvest. You shall not pick your vineyard bare, or gather the fallen fruit of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger. I, Adonai, am your God. And it goes on. The most famous mitzvot are the one that has to do with love your neighbor as yourself, love the stranger as yourself, not to bear grudges, not to be vengeful, and not to gossip, and everything that is about how we treat one another. What is really fascinating in this Torah portion is how the cultic commandments and the commandments about living a righteous life in the way we treat one another are mixed together. This is very unusual for the Torah. In the Ten Commandments, in the two tablets of covenant, which is the only thing similar to that, the first 5 mitzvot are cultic, and then the next 5 mitzvot are the way we treat one another. They're not mixed together like in here. Here it's one mitzvah after the other, and it's like some of them about rituals to Adonai, some that don't make any sense whatsoever. It's just because that's how Adonai wants it to be. And some are the highest demands of righteous and just ways that we behave. We see that a little bit in the prophetic vision of the prophets, but we don't see it in the Torah. And there is a very strong message that comes here. There is a great story that the prophet Amos is telling in the book of Amos in chapter 5. It's about a very pious person that preserves all the mitzvot. He really is into keeping the commandments of Adonai and following everything that the Torah is telling us. And he's really bothered by not being able to keep the mitzvah of making the Shabbat a delight, because he's very nervous that Shabbat. And why is he very nervous? He made a huge loan to his neighbor, and he's hoping that the neighbor won't be able to return it to him, so he can enslave the neighbor and take all his property, everything according to the law of the Torah. And he's afraid that his neighbor, doing Shabbat, when he's not allowed to do business, will go and will get another loan and will be able to pay him, and then he won't be able to oppress and enslave and take advantage of the poor neighbor. And Amos is saying, this is an aval, an evil doer, according to the laws of the Torah. And he cannot really enjoy his Shabbat and make it a delight because he's so nervous about what's going on with his neighbor, but he's being a horrible person when it comes to the way he treats others, and a righteous person in keeping all the cultic things that we're supposed to. He's not breaking any mitzvah, but he's still an evil person. And this Torah portion actually speaks to that, with that mixture, telling us that if you keep kosher and you don't mix a cotton and wool as you're not supposed to, and you don't eat the sacrifice after the third day and do all those cultic mitzvot, if you don't treat your fellow human beings in a righteous way, it's meaningless, because it's all woven together, and it's only here. Even in the Ten Commandments, the two are separated, and we separate it even more, because we do it like two tablets. One is about cultic, and one is about how we treat one another, and here it's not. We should maybe frame this and make it our two tablets of covenant, or one tablet of covenant, because it says religious actions, keeping traditions, if you don't treat your fellow human being correctly, they're just meaningless. Let's say the blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Israel. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Israel. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe, b'yad Moshe. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe, b'yad Moshe. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Israel. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Israel.
And we turn now to page 283 for the Aleinu, and we read together in the middle of page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spread out the heaven and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated. We continue together on the top of page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו אחד. It has been said Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one, and God's name will be one.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Jose Maza, Henry Berg Brousseau, David Sean Bailey, Betty Wolfe, Bill King, Martin Price, Vera Scott, Elaine Glogauer, Elizabeth Latz, David Parnes, Adele Aberson, Edward Friedberg, Hyman Friedberg, Ted Heidemann, Jonah Liebman, Adele Lucas, Sophia Wilder, Malcolm Friedman, Jenny P. Kahn, Mose Shapira, Fred Shatramp, Bernice Rosenberg, Leo Kahn, Simon Z. Munitz, Kalman Stern, Sidney S. Cohen, Clara Davis, Alma Strauss-Glassman, Melvin Gordon, Francis Levine, Ginger Lewis, Bessie Perlmutter, Retta Sloan, Roy Sloan, Nathan Spiegel, Fanny Weiner, and in recent days, Lois Shapiro, Ronnie Ronald Melrose, and Arik Vamush. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תוש בחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is Od Yavo Shalom.
You can find it on page 353. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. May it
Shabbat
be a
Shalom.
Shabbat of Shalom to us all. And please say Shabbat Shalom to someone that you have not met before. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.